So let's start off by talking about the basics of collaboration, make sure we're all on the same page in terms of what we mean by collaboration. So there's lots of different words associated with the idea of collaboration. The definition that we're going to be working with in this module is collaboration is about working with others to produce or create something. So this is a very broad definition of collaboration. But let's focus it a little bit because we want to focus particularly on collaboration inside organizations. So our focus is going to be on collaboration between employees inside an organization. Now, why is collaboration important? Why should we care about this topic at all? Well, if you've spent any time working inside organizations, you're going to know you've got to work with other people to get things done, right? And so many large organizations are currently very focused on trying to understand how to get the people to work more effectively together, to make them more productive and more successful in the workplace. Lots of different kinds of organizations. These are just some of the ones that I've done research with or that have come out and said, collaboration is a really, really big deal for us. And there are many others like this, but all the way from organizations like Microsoft to very different kinds of organizations like the World Bank, to McKinsey & Company, consulting firms, Saatchi & Saatchi, global advertising organization. Many organizations around the world have at the core of what they're trying to do better, they say we really need to get better at collaboration. So this is an issue that's currently facing organizations, small and large, across the world. So the big question that we're really going to be focusing on in this module is how can we improve collaboration inside organizations? So that's ultimately the goal that we want to be moving towards. But I'm going to break this down into four main areas that we're going to work through the four segments that are going to follow this one in this module. The first question is, how can we describe collaboration patterns between employees? So, okay, collaboration matters, but what terminology can we use to talk about collaboration? And how can that help us to understand whether we're good or bad at collaboration inside our organization? The second question is, how can we map the collaboration patterns inside a particular organization, right? So we have some ways to describe collaboration networks, but can we actually figure out who's collaborating with whom inside our organization? Then how do we evaluate collaboration patterns? So maybe we know who's collaborating with whom, but is it good or bad, right? What is it that makes this form of collaboration good? Why might it be problematic? And then the last question is, okay, if we've discovered that there's some areas that are really concerning or not going so well from a collaboration point of view, how can we improve these collaboration patterns? So these are the four questions that, again, companies are really concerned about and that we're going to be thinking about as we work through this module. Now, where does people analytics come in, right? People analytics, just a broad definition, is a data-driven approach to managing people at work, right? So we're going to try to use data and analytical techniques to understand and address those four questions that we just laid out. Now, here's the thing that I really want to introduce as the way to think about collaboration inside organizations. We have a very powerful set of tools and techniques that can be used to analyze collaboration inside organizations that are called, or they come under the rubric or the broad platform of organizational network analysis. Right? And organizational network analysis, again, is a set of tools and techniques that can be used to diagnose, evaluate, and ultimately improve collaboration inside organizations. So let's just take a quick look at what an organizational network can look like. And I'm going to use this example throughout, so you're going to see it many times. But here's an example of an organizational network. So this is a real network that comes from a new product development team. This is a team with 15 members. As you can see, each member is represented by a dot. And these members happen to come from 3 different functional areas within this organization. There's some from marketing, some from finance, some from manufacturing. And what this network is showing us is who seeks information from whom, right? So one-headed arrow means I seek information from that person. A two-headed arrow means I seek information from that person and they seek information from me. Right? So this is an organizational network that can help us to understand the interactions or the kinds of collaboration that are happening inside an organization. So this is the set of, we're going to learn much more about this as we go forward as a way to understand collaboration inside firms. So when we go back to our 4 questions, how do we describe, map, evaluate, improve collaboration patterns? We're going to use these tools and techniques that come from organizational network analysis to address these questions and to give us some insight into the answers to these questions.